Hi, this is Steve, and on today's episode of Bird Shack, I have a very special friend. I've known him a long time, and I've known him to be quite a very talented architectural photographer. And recently, I've been noticing on Facebook and other social media some wonderful pictures of birds, and well, it's Terry's. So I'd like to welcome Terry. Terry, nice to have you today.
Thank you, Steve.
So how long have you been just in photography in general? How long have you been doing that?
40 years.
40 years. 40 years. What was your first camera?
My first camera was a Canon AE1 program. Of course, it was a film camera, but it was pretty automatic for at the time.
Awesome, awesome. So 35 millimeter?
Yes.
Yeah, and you had to send the film off and get developed? And...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember those days. You remember a place called Fox Photo?
Oh, yeah.
You used to go there and drop off your film and come back, drive through. Anyhow, days gone by, but it's our history. It's changed so much now. Well, what got you interested in bird photography?
Well, my architectural photography got me to traveling a lot. I had clients who were all over the country, and they had projects all over the country. New buildings or just buildings that they owned that they needed photographs of. And so while I was traveling all over, especially to Florida in the beginning, I started taking pictures of the birds. And it's a little easier in Florida because there's a lot of herons and egrets and bigger birds. So I didn't have to have as long a lens to be able to do that. And then I decided I wanted to start doing some of the smaller birds. So I bought a longer lens, and of course, there's smaller birds everywhere, and I really enjoy trying to track them down and photograph them.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Now, what I do, I use, bird feeders with cameras in them. I've been feeding birds for quite a few years with just plain feeders, and I got my mom a bird buddy for Christmas. Didn't think anything about, making TV with it. Just, mom's older and she had some medical issues, and it's something she could tune into on her phone and get some enjoyment out of. And I've liked it too. It's been a blast. Yeah. And once I started importing those into my computer and seeing them on the big screen, I'm just like, wow, these are fun. And so my shots are a lot different than yours. You have to work for yours. All I have to do is put out some seed and keep the feeders clean. What's a typical day for you to go out and try to get some good shots of birds?
Well, I usually have places that I've been before that I like to go to where I know their birds are there. And, I go out and just start walking around, especially to the areas where I've seen birds before, hoping to find different birds, and frequently I do. But I have this app on my phone which is called Merlin, and it's by Cornell University. And it's a great app, it's free, and it will identify the birds, either by the sound, their song or call, or by picture. Wow. So, you never have time when you're out there in the field to take a picture on your phone of the bird. You're trying to get a good picture with the good camera. But when I get home, I can pull it up on my screen, take a picture of the screen, and identify the bird. Or you can also do it just by describing the bird. The size of the bird, it's the size of a robin, but it's all red. It's got a crest on its head, so it's probably a cardinal.
So you can just tell it what you saw, and then it'll give you wow.
It'll ask you certain things like the size, and then you have to know, of course, where you were in the country too. Because not all birds are available everywhere, but based on that and where it was, whether you saw the bird on a fence post or in a tree on the ground, that helps also by their nature where they're going to be to figure out what bird it is.
Okay.
Then I also have this bird book, which I think is the best bird book ever published.
Sibley Birds?
It's Sibley Birds, and this guy, David Allen Sibley, he has all of the birds everywhere, and not only does he show you the pictures of them, but he will show you the male and the female, and also the juveniles, and sometimes, like the cardinals molt every once in a while, he'll show you a cardinal that's in that stage of molting because they do look different. So it makes it really easy to identify him, and he's got great illustrations and pictures of all the birds.
Oh, cool, cool. Well, do you ever, I mean, I know amongst your circle of friends, you probably know quite a few photographers. Do you know anybody that likes to get up before the sun and go out and put on a pair of waders and stand in the river?
No.
I've known a guy that actually did that, and you know he gets some really good shots, but I mean, that's some incredible dedication to trying to get wildlife photos.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
Okay.
I take other nature, wildlife pictures, and I love to do that too. But I always say that I'm an opportunistic nature photographer. I mean, I go out and walk through the woods and the meadows and everything, and if I see a deer, I'll take a picture. But I'm not going to lay there in the grass for 6 hours waiting to see if he decides to walk out of the woods today or not to get a picture.
All right. Well, in the edited version of this, I think I want to put maybe some samples of your work up while we talk.
That would be great.
So maybe we could, what kind of lens do you like? You know, if you guys are still watching, these pictures that you're looking at were taken by Terry. And so what kind of lens do you like to use the most for?
For the birds, I use my Nikon 180 to 600 on my Nikon Z8. So it's a really good, sharp lens, and it gets me great shots.
Do you use a tripod when you?
No.
No?
Got to move faster because the birds move fast.
Yeah, they are quick.
And if I was going to use anything, I would use my monopod. I've used it on a few occasions, but most of the time I just shoot handheld because you don't have time to fiddle with getting the monopod to the right height or anything. So, and sometimes, you know, you want to shoot a portrait version. Sometimes you want to shoot landscape. So it's just easier to do it all handheld. Now, that means that I have to shoot at a higher ISO, or what we used to call film speed, to be able to do that. And I have to have a fast shutter speed of 1/1000th of a second or faster, preferably faster. But f8 is the standard aperture for photographing birds. It gives you enough depth of field on the bird, but you want the background to be out of focus anyway. So that's my normal settings, and it just depends on how much light there is.
Yeah, I'm just amazed sometimes at how fast their wings move. You know, hummingbirds have always been, you know, amazing for me to watch, but now that I'm watching a lot closer, the, you know, larger birds, even like sparrows and doves, other things that I've seen come to my feeders, on those shots, I mean, sometimes it's just a big blur where the wings are. You know, I know I'm probably running 30 to 60 frames a second on those cameras, but their wings are incredibly fast. Yeah.
Well, I've had several occasions where a bird is sitting in a tree and I'm photographing it, and all of a sudden they decide to take off and fly away, and I just get them in the frame just as they're starting to fly away. And it does depend on what shutter speed I'm using, whether the wings are sharp or they're a blur.
Okay. Well, is there any specific photo that you're extremely proud of that?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I really like this one cardinal photograph that I got of the cardinal in mid-flight. We were down at Charleston State Park in southern Indiana, and I saw this cardinal. He was sitting on somebody else's lawn chair, and so I framed it up, and then as soon as I got it framed, he started taking off. I was able to follow and get a good shot of him in the air.
Cool. Well, do you ever run like a rapid shutter, like click, 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 click on a bird?
Oh, yeah, a lot. I always have my shutter set to continuous
Okay.
because you never know what they're going to do, and sometimes it's difficult to hold the camera
Yeah.
still enough with a lens that long on
Absolutely,
there.
absolutely. I totally agree. Well, I really appreciate you coming. Let's talk a little bit about more about your work. I mean, is there a place people can go to get prints of some of your work, or?
Yes, I have a website that is tjamesphotographer.com, and that's where I sell prints of all my work, landscapes, nature, birds, old vintage cars and buildings, and sunsets, sunrises.
Yeah, well, you take some awesome sunsets and sunrises I've seen too.
Thanks.
So very good. Well, are there any other types of merch that you have? Like,
Yes, I have another website
okay,
that has my merchandise, and that is cardinalcreations.biz.
okay,
And on there I have all kinds of products from phone cases like this. This is, of course, a
neat.
cardinal picture that I took and then designed the phone case with the cardinal on it. Have a lot of different phone cases, of course, for the different phones, and some of them have birds, some of them have other things, flowers or things. And then there's actually over 200 products on the website. There's a lot of apparel, t-shirts and hoodies, even shoes, and then there's a lot of things for the home, like placemats and table runners,
Oh, okay.
cutting boards for the kitchen, and aprons, just about everything you can
A
imagine.
lot of neat things for bird lovers to find there. That
Yes,
Yeah,
and other
that sounds
people
good.
too, because a lot of them have my landscapes, a lot have flowers and things like that.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Terry, I just can't thank you enough for being my first guest. I've never done an interview before. Like I've said in other videos on here, I've always been on that side of the camera. And this time, I'm over here, and I just wanted to start talking birds and photography with people that know something about it. I know a little bit. Guys like Terry, they know a whole lot. They're really good. So I just thank you for being with the Bird Shack today, and I don't know, maybe we'll find something fun to do again. Maybe we'll be able to go out on a photography mission at some point. Who knows?
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll see. Reality TV comes to our channel. Who knows? Who knows? So, all right, well, thank you, Terry.
All right, thank
All
you,
right.
Steve.
All right, have a great
Appreciate you
great
having
day.
me.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody.